Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Funjelah podcast. On this episode, it's me and Danielle, and we are talking about some things that we're grateful for. I was talking about my family reunion. It was great to have our first family reunion since the vid, because we had been on pause for a little while. So I had my family reunion. We talked about that. I talked about slumber party time with my sister and my nephew. It was a whole family vibe for me. My mattitude was the heat lately. Danielle talked about her she also had family time. Summertime is family time, you guys. It's time for family, and it's time for cracked heels because we're wearing sandals all the time. We do talk about sandal feet. And then Danielle, she talked about her mattitude. What was your mattitude again?
When my Postmate order gets messed up. Or
oh, yes. Order. Oh, Danielle had a very traumatic Postmates order situation. We get into it. We get into it hard. And you can check me out on tour, Anjelah.com. Coming up next, I'll be in Ontario, but it is sold out. And then I have Salt Lake. It is sold out. But you can still get tickets to Louisville and Huntsville. Louisville, Kentucky, Huntsville, Alabama. Get your tickets and come and see me on tour. But for now, enjoy this episode of Funjelah. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Funjelah. Today, it's just me and Danielle. Like the way we started this podcast, just me and Danielle. Although when we started it, we were on Zoom because I was in Nashville. She was in LA. Now we're both in LA. Here we are together, enjoying a nice conversation of gratitude and mattitudes. It's really hot over here.
So warm.
Everybody it's like heat wave, death hot everywhere. And so I'm wearing like sandals all the time because obviously it's summer. You do sandals. Can we talk about sandal feet for a second?
Wait, now I want to hide my feet. Now I'm nervous. Why?
They're so feet? Like rough.
Oh, yeah.
From wearing sandals.
Totally.
So like my heels are scratchy. Even like the bottom of my toes that typically are not scratchy, they're scratchy. And it was so embarrassing because I was lying in bed with Manny and I always put like my feet over on him. And my feet like got onto his like shorts or something. And I could hear my heels scratching, connecting with the fabric of his shorts. And it was like, I'm like, wait, no, that wasn't my feet, was it? Let me try again. And it's full on my scratchy feet on Manny. How embarrassing. And then I'm like, do people see it? Because like I see it, but I'm like, do people see my heels? And they're like, oh my God, get a pedicure.
Like she could be a carpenter, some sand down, some tables.
She works hard.
I have that fear constantly because I also have scratchy feet sometimes.
Yeah. My
family was in town. My mom made a comment about how my sheets are kind of rough at the end. And I was like, I'm pretty sure it's because of my feet.
No. Not the peeling of the fabric.
Yes.
From your heels. She's like, hey, why are the bottom of your sheets so worn out?
I was like, oh, that's so...
Maybe start switching them and do like head
to
feet. You know what I mean?
Like, okay. You thought further ahead than I did.
You're reminding me I actually need to buy some new sheets for my guest bed. Yeah,
so
sandal feet
pedicure
is
season
in full effect right now. And typically I like to let my pedicure like go for a minute. Like I'll get the gel polish and I'm like, I'm going to wait till I have like at least this much of outgrowth because I'm like,
I don't want toe?
Not a full toe, but like if this was my toe, this much outgrowth. Like a nice little space bar. You know what I mean? Like give me...
Space bar of toe.
Give me a space bar of toe to polish ratio. Yeah. And then I'll go get my pedicure done. But now I'm just like, I don't know if I can wait that long because my feet are just getting so scratchy.
Or you could just go to the beach. The sand.
And buff them in the sand?
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Oh, you do your own?
I do my own. It's called buffering on a budget. Yeah. And you just go to the ocean. You just get real sandy. Just dig your dig your feet into the
This
sand.
is your sea mineral pedicure. It comes with 32 minerals and vitamin D from the sun. You exfoliate your feet.
The
You put some of the
salt.
sea kelp on your legs, wrap it around. It may smell a little like sulfur. There's a lot going on in the Santa Monica waters right now, but I know it's so nasty.
Gross.
And that's where you went, right?
Santa Monica.
How embarrassing. We got the news reports.
Oh.
We were on vacation. It was like, hey, Santa Monica Beach is shut down because poop.
Yeah. I was at the beach and I posted a picture like, oh my God, beach day, you know, living my best life. And I had multiple people DM me and go, don't get in the water. And I was like, why? Why can't I get in the water? That's where I'm going to exfoliate.
Because you don't want E. coli.
Yeah.
Is what it was.
No thanks.
I'm doing a juice cleanse right now because, first of all, let me start by saying, every time I get the idea to do a juice cleanse, I'm like, I'm going to do a juice cleanse. And then day one, hate it. I'm like, why am I doing this? There's avocado toast right there in my fridge. Let me just make myself some toast. We got back from vacation, and I don't know if it's just like eating in too many restaurants, hotel food, room service, but my insides just feel gross, and I feel like everything I eat makes my stomach upset. No matter what I'm eating, I'm like, oh, my stomach's upset. So I feel like there's something going on inside.
Sure.
And I feel like when we were in Puerto Rico, the food there was really salty. Like every restaurant we went to was so salty. And I was like, why does everybody cook so salty here? And then Alejandra was telling me, she's like, this is not science, but this is what I'm thinking. It's because it's like tropical, you know, and you get dehydrated a lot, like going to the beach and stuff. And so like when you hydrate, I do my salt packs, you know, so I can get my electrolytes in and my salt packs. She's like, maybe it's something like that. Like the people who live so close to the beach and in this tropical area use a lot of salt because they're like rehydrating or whatever.
Replenishing.
Yeah. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But it was real salty, delicious, but real salty. And then a lot of fried food. Tostones, fried pork, little chuletas, bomb, delicious.
I want that.
But my insides are like, girl, we struggling. So I'm like, I'm going to do a juice cleanse. And today's day one. I'll be honest. I only did one day juice cleanse.
I also, why is it, they misspelled fruit?
Because it's orange, carrot, apple, the OOT for the orange and the, I don't know.
I was like, go on,
I
continue.
don't know. But yeah, so I'm doing my juice cleanse.
Yeah,
'cause
shout
I'm
out
trying to
Juice
get
Buds.
Juice Buds. Hey, they're my favorite. I'm trying to get my insides right. I've done a 3-day cleanse before.
Yeah.
I've done a 5-day cleanse, like
5
once.
days of juice?
Yeah. I did a 5-day cleanse once. I've done 3-day cleanse multiple times. But this time I was like, I just want to do one. Let me just do one day of flushing, and hopefully that helps. But we'll see. I'll let you know because I'm hungry.
Are you supposed to do a special post-juice diet? Like, do you have to like ease yourself back into food?
Okay, so here's the thing. Yes, I don't know what it is though. But if you ask my brother, he just did like a 48-hour water fast. And then I was like, what did you break your fast with? Pizza.
Wait, what's a water fast? He doesn't drink water?
Just water all day.
Oh, okay. I thought he went without water, and I was like, that's just dehydration.
Yeah.
That's not a cleanse.
No, only water.
Okay.
For 48 hours.
For 2 days.
Yes, just water.
And then he ate pizza.
And then he ate pizza.
That feels...
I was like, bro, did you go diarrhea immediately?
Yeah, that feels...
And he was like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense to me.
I'm like, well, why would you do that? And he's like, well, I don't know. I just feel like it's more cleansing. Like it's getting more stuff out.
What is it? Shouldn't you do? Remember when we got really sick on the bus that one time?
Yeah.
And what was it that we ate?
It was delicious ranch.
Wait, not that one.
It was delicious ranch in Nebraska. Oh, it was good.
It was so bad. It was so good and so terrible at the same time. But I remember, though, you were saying we had to get bread, rice. What is that?
Brat diet.
Brat, yes.
Bread. No, banana. Excuse me. Banana. Rice, applesauce, tea, and toast.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. That's the brat diet.
Okay, I feel like bread and toast are the same, are they not?
No, but that's why banana was the first one.
Oh, banana. I don't think
banana. Is it rice? I'm getting mixed up now.
I'm pretty sure it's
You
rice
messed me up.
because I think I bought minute rice, which is that real rice? Yeah. Why does it cook so fast? I have questions.
I tried to find a rice with like the most chemicals I could find. Like
I said, get it in my body immediately.
Yeah. No. Yeah, the brat diet.
I do remember I ended up just eating the applesauce mostly. That's all I wanted.
I'm doing a cleanse.
doing an apple cleanse. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's what you should start with when you come off
the brat diet.
Maybe
That's probably good. I do have
Or-
toast, so I can eat that tomorrow.
Or what's that other one that I've heard helps with cleansing or helps with figuring the Whole30, where that's the one.
That's like an actual diet.
Well, yeah, but I was told that if you're trying to figure out if you have a stomach issues or if you have whatever, you do that because it takes stuff away and then you're slowly reintroducing it. Or I could have completely made that up. I don't know. These are things that I hear, and by hear, I watch them on TikTok.
What if I have a parasite or something?
Then you should go to a doctor.
They don't know. What? They don't know.
I don't know. I mean, we already had this discussion. I will definitely
Yeah.
not go to a doctor. I'll
Not
probably
a
just
doctor.
take some Advil and go, I'm fine.
Yeah.
It'll figure itself out.
That's what I'm starting
Juice
with.
cleanse.
Juice cleanse. I'll be fine. I'll just do one day of just
Yeah.
juice and hopefully get it out.
Yeah. But traveling does, like,
Mess up your boo-boos.
Yes. But it also, even just any sort of disruption to your routine.
Yeah.
I had family in town and I didn't go anywhere, but
Yeah.
it messed me up.
Really? Were your insides?
Yeah, just every day.
Was it because you were afraid to use the toilet because everyone was going to be using it right after you? Is that why you subconsciously were like,
Actually, no, I have no issue. There's spray in there.
yeah, okay, good. That's good.
Be kind, spray.
Yeah. That's
But
good.
I think just I think I was more out of whack just because everyone was in my space and it was just overwhelming.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
fine at the same time.
Yeah. That's tough.
You think we would be better at it because of how often we travel?
Uh-huh.
Especially you've traveled so much more than me, but I've just joined in the past few years. You think we'd have it, like our bodies would adapt?
No.
And no, negative.
Yeah, they adapt to just mess. Like you just are a mess inside. You're like, oh, I'm used to being a mess inside. And that's what it is.
Never.
Welcome.
To our lives.
Lots has happened since we've connected. Just the two of us here.
Just the two of us.
Hey.
Words.
Do-do-da. We do not own the rights to that song.
Never heard of it. I made that up.
My mattitude, I'm gonna jump right in.
Go for it.
The one I really wanted to do, I'm not going to do because it's too similar to my other one. I'm still upset about traveling and people not being kind when you're traveling with a baby.
Mm-hmm.
A whole nother situation happened. Maybe I'll get into it on another day, but I'm going to just refrain. So
stay tuned. Turn into the next episode.
yeah, stay tuned because it'll probably still be bothering me by the next episode and then I'll have to get it off my chest.
Sure.
But I'm going to talk about the heat right now and why that is my mattitude. Everywhere is like having crazy heat. We were in Chicago, dying. We were in Puerto Rico, dying. Went to San Jose, dying. Back here in LA, dying. Nashville, dying. Like it's so hot everywhere right now. When we were in Puerto Rico, we went to Old San Juan and it was one of our last days of the trip. And we hadn't used Rosie's little stroller fan or I brought her a cooling mat or anything because we were just like around town and it wasn't that hot like by our hotel because we're right by the beach, like we're right here. And I didn't realize that just going into the town and walking in between the buildings was going to be like an oven. And I didn't bring her stroller fan. I didn't bring her cooling pad. And poor little thing, her like rosy cheeks, her face, she was like so flush and getting like flustered. And I was like, oh my gosh, like what if she's overheating? So then I'm getting nervous because it's too hot. I'm complaining. I'm like, oh my God, it's so hot. I can't imagine a baby who can't even communicate like what she's going through. Finally, we go to a restaurant that has AC. So we're like, let's just stay here for as long as we can. And that was like kind of scary, the heat, because I'm still not used to like babies regulating. When can they regulate their own temperature? I don't know. Like they can't say, hey, take me into an AC real quick because I'm about to overheat and pass out. And then our trip to San Jose, they were experiencing a heat wave. Everything was 100 degrees. Wherever we went, it was like 100 degrees. So the heat right now is my mattitude, because it's like putting a damper on all of my fun experiences. So that's my mattitude. The heat.
Yeah. I keep getting alerts on my phone of excessive heat warning. Yeah. Which I will say my mom was making fun of that because she was visiting from Texas, and it's very hot in Texas. Yeah. And our excessive heat warning, it was like high of 97. Oh. To which she was like, okay. When you reach 115, give me a call. Yeah.
Gross.
And she goes, you don't even have humidity out here. And I was like, when you get to the beach, we do a little bit. My hair gets curly. So that's annoying.
Okay. The heat.
Bad.
Is my mattitude these days. It's messing with all of my fun activities that we're doing. And so we end up just staying inside where it's cool and we can survive. What's your mattitude?
Okay. I'd like to set a scene for you. Paint the picture. Imagine you have worked all day, click-clacking on your emails.
Yes.
You've been on the calls, on the Zooms, and you have this image in your head of what you want for dinner, and it's all you've been thinking about all day. And so my mattitude is whenever you order Postmates or Grubhub, or in my case, you order it to go, you drive down. Wow. You spend 15 minutes looking for parking. You walk 2 blocks over to get your meal. Wow. You get back home. You sit down. And it's exactly what you ordered. It's everything you ordered, except for you finish your meal, and then you go and you pick up the box of the olive oil cake that you have been dreaming about all day from Tender Greens. And what happens is it's a stale, cold, possibly gluten-free apple cobbler. No. And that is not. And then, but what do? I'm not going to go back and get it. I'm going to eat it out of frustration. I'm sitting there. It's cold. I'm on my couch watching Chicago PD, just like, this isn't what I wanted, and I think it's gluten-free, so it's worse.
Yeah.
And but it happens too when Postmates or someone delivers the wrong order. Yep. Sure, you can
or when it's a group order and mostly everybody got theirs right except for one person, and you're like, if it's you, you're like so pissed because everybody else. But then when it's not you, you're like, well, mine's fine. Sorry.
That has happened to me often.
That's annoying.
Yeah. It's super frustrating. It was all I wanted was that cake. Like I had been thinking about it all day, and I did have to drive. I did like 2 loops trying to find a parking spot because it was street parking for that location. Yeah. And I just, but it's definitely like whenever you order Postmates or Grubhub or something, and they bring you open up the door, you're like, yes, my Crunchwrap Supreme. And then you pick up the bag and it says Craig, and you're like, who's Craig?
Yeah.
What did Craig order? Yeah. Plain bean burrito? This isn't what I wanted.
Not a plain bean burrito.
It's sure you can get your money back, but at what cost emotionally? You know?
Yeah. And then you already tipped them.
Yeah. It's not their fault, except maybe it is.
Okay.
Whose fault is it?
So that's the thing. Like, thank you for stapling my bag shut so that no driver eats my fries. Thank you for doing that. But also, now my driver cannot verify that you, restaurant, didn't mess up.
Yeah. Listen, and I understand.
We need better checks and balances.
Part of me is like, listen, when I went in there and Chris, Kevin, whoever handed me my order, is he making minimum wage? Yes. Yeah. So is he going to look carefully at whether or not he grabbed the cake or the cobbler? No. But however, I once worked minimum wage jobs, and I would sometimes give it a second thought, and I pay into Social Security, so give me the cake that I want, please.
Did you ever go get it?
No, I just continued to sit on my couch. I did eat the cobbler, and it was, I'm sorry, Tender Greens, but it was no good.
Oh, no.
It was bad. Do not make those anymore.
Yeah, stop making those.
Not good.
I will say, though, like, that's one thing when you've ordered it and then you pay for a delivery fee, a service charge, blah, 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 and then it's not right. You're like, oh, God, this is just really pissing me off. But also to add to that, when you've been thinking about what you want to eat all day long. Now, this is something like you live alone now, so you don't have this.
Oh, I see.
You don't have to experience this.
I see what's going on.
But there have been times where I have leftovers from the restaurant we went to, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I am going to murder this creamy penne pasta when I get home from whatever meeting I'm at or whatever. I cannot wait to finish the rest of my pasta when I get home. And then I get home and Manny has already finished it for me. And he'll be like, babe, we'll just eat this. Just eat that. And he's giving me other options. And I'm like, nah, bruh. I've been dreaming about my creamy penne pasta. That's what I want.
Yeah.
He did this recently. And I ordered this pasta from this really good restaurant and had olives in it. And I love olives.
Yum.
Manny does not love olives. So I was like,
perfect.
Oh, perfect. Security. Like, he's not going to eat it.
Built-in bouncer.
Built-in bouncer to my pasta. He's not going to eat it. There's olives. No.
Did you pick him out?
I don't know, but he ate it. I don't know if he picked him out or if he just went to town.
He didn't deserve it.
No. He didn't even fully appreciate it.
No.
Yeah.
I have dealt with that back when I lived at home with my family. I'd have to mark Danielle's leftovers.
Would people respect it?
No. My brother would often, he got better, and he would be like, you sure about that? You sure you want those?
He'd be like, oh, thank you, Danielle.
What if I just ate this instead? Thoughts on that?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's also frustrating. Because I hear people too who say that'll happen like at work, like if they share.
That to me is wild.
That's
like I've
crazy.
seen, like the Friends episode, Avi.
Oh,
but
the
that is
maker,
wild to me. People
it's
eating
so
other people's
weird.
food at
It's
work.
super weird. I would never think to do that.
Has that happened to anybody
Yeah.
listening? Like, have you ever taken your lunch to work and then somebody ate it?
Yeah. Is
like,
that real? It has to be real.
It has to be real.
Because people wouldn't talk about it if it wasn't.
Who are these people? And why are there not security cameras in the lunchroom?
Yes. Yeah.
Focused solely on the refrigerator.
Also, didn't you also bring your own food?
Yeah.
Just eat it. If you don't want your own food, just order other food. I don't know. Because sometimes you bring a lunch and then you're like, I don't want that anymore. But
that blows my mind.
Yeah.
People who eat other people's food at work.
Weird. So
this is kind of a tangent, but one time we got a tour of Facebook, like the actual campus of Facebook, and they have like free food.
Oh, yes.
Restaurants.
Yeah.
Like it's like a whole buffet. You can go, what do you want?
Yeah.
Pasta, Asian food, you want Mexican food, whatever you want, ice cream, you want this and that, and it's all free. Just go and eat. They just keep their employees happy.
Yeah. I've heard about that too, like Google or a friend of mine works at a video game company out here and they have that kind of stuff.
Amazing. Oh my God.
That's so nice. I've never ever worked a real job or in a place like that. Like I've never done like corporate. Don't know her. So I've never, I mean, I could say that I come here and I can eat your snacks.
Yeah.
Same vibe.
Yes. Same vibe. Okay, you said video game company.
Oh, yeah.
Fun fact, when I was younger, probably like college age, like 20s, early 20s, maybe 19, 20. Okay. I worked for a video game company and I was a video game tester.
Were you really?
Yes.
You play video games?
I would sit and play the game until something would happen, like something crashes, and then I would have to notate, oh, when you come around the corner and you shoot this blah, 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 it crashes. And then start the game over and then keep going all day testing video game. And they would just buy us food. So they didn't have like a restaurant there, but they'd be like, okay, we're ordering from Applebee's. What do you guys want? All right, we're ordering from Chili's. What do you want? And I got to just eat food all day long and play video games.
Did they also give you money?
Yeah.
Okay,
I did get paid. I did get paid. So I was earning income.
Did you have to, was there like an audition process? Like, did you have to prove like,
no, I don't even remember how I got this gig.
Yeah.
Like, I think a friend of mine worked there and was like, oh yeah, they're hiring. And I was like, I'll do that. I don't even remember, to be honest. But what a gig.
How fun. I bet that's still a thing.
It has to be.
Olivia?
It has to be.
You work there. Let me know.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Ask your friend. Let us know.
Yeah, I'll text her later.
Because
I don't know that I've
if I ever decide I want to stop touring, hey.
Listen, you've got skills, apparently, that I didn't know about.
I know. I didn't either. I forgot about these skills.
I don't know that I've ever seen you play a video game
I don't
or
really
even
anymore.
game on your phone. I don't ever see you play phone games either.
You're right. I don't.
Was TikTok a game?
Scrolling. That's
Scrolling.
My favorite game is scrolling.
I will admit, I do still play Candy Crush every once in a while. I just need something to do with my hands.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Or the New York Times games. Wordle. I play it every day.
Oh.
Connections.
Wordle's where you like play against some rando, right?
No.
Okay.
It's the one you have to guess a 5-letter word. And you
play by yourself?
Yeah. And you only have 6 guesses. But it's the same word.
Words with Friends is what
You're thinking of Words with Friends.
Okay.
Wordle is a New York Times game. Well, it wasn't originally, but they bought it. It's a whole thing. And it's a new 5-letter word every day. And you have 6 chances to guess what the word is.
And everybody's guessing the same word?
Same word, yeah.
That's fun.
So that's sort of this unspoken/spoken rule of like, you don't
share it.
Don't share it.
No, everybody has to earn it themselves.
Yeah.
Do you have to have a New York Times subscription to do this?
You don't. Isn't that lovely? I don't. I used to pay for one so that I could do the full New York Times crossword. And then I said, I'm not smart enough for this, so give me my money back. But I do the mini crossword. You can do the mini crossword, the Wordle connections, which is, it's 4 groups of 4 words, and you have to figure out what connects all of them. And so you have to, that one's tricky sometimes. And then they just added a new game. I can't think of what it's called.
How old are you?
I'm about to be 34.
You're really into these like crosswords. I feel like these are good like uncle games.
The
these
new
are
one,
good.
Strands. Strands is the new game, and that one is find hidden words, but they all have a common theme.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
This is kind of fun.
So, and Sudoku, I play all these games.
Okay, but if I start playing those games, who's going to scroll for me? Who's going to tell me what vacation my favorite celebrity's on?
Emily. She can do it.
Okay.
She can scroll for you.
Emily, scroll for me. Tell me all the news.
Yeah.
All right, I wrote down some gratefuls here because
I
didn't want to forget.
Well, that's good. I didn't write down any, so
this is what I'm thinking. This one right here, it's like so layered to me. We'll see if I can really articulate what I'm feeling and thinking.
Okay.
I am grateful for friends who challenge me.
Ooh.
So
go on.
Challenge me in a way of like witnessing my friend operating in their full potential challenges me.
Okay.
Witnessing my friend not give up on themselves and their dream. Witnessing my friend creating something new, trying again challenges me and makes me take inventory of my own life and be like, okay, when was the last time you tried to create something new? Tried to blah, blah, blah. When was the last time you said positive affirmations about your life and your career and actually dreamed and hoped for something? You know, because I get real comfortable and I start coasting and I'm like, well, I'm touring. I'm doing my thing.
Yeah.
But when was the last time you were like, yeah, but what if I could create a show? And like, I get into those moments of like, anything's possible. And that dreamer in me starts like heartbeat again. Like I can feel her heart beating again. I'm like, oh yeah. I forgot I am creative. I am talented. Oh yeah. I forgot I can do this. Oh yeah. So when I'm around friends who challenge me just by them being who they are, I am so grateful for that. And what made me think of this was we went to see our friend Andy Grammer do a private show in a small room where he was just showcasing his new songs from his album that's about to come out. And we love Andy Grammer's music so much. All his old songs, they're on multiple playlists that we have. I have a playlist that's just called Happy Songs. He's on that one. I have a playlist that was called Rosie's First Day, and it was supposed to be all the songs on the playlist for the day she was born, which I never ended up playing, but it was on there. Like driving songs, he's on there. Like we have Andy Grammer all throughout our lives. We love his music. And when I was sitting there watching him perform, something about just witnessing his gift, his singing, his being in the moment, talking about the song that he wrote and why he wrote it, and the words of the song, just everything. I could feel my heart fluttering inside again. And I felt hopeful for my own life, listening to him talk about his life and sing about his life. And it was so powerful. And I was just smiling, and I was just like, sometimes not smiling, but just like staring and like, whoa, like just experiencing hope. Wild.
Wow.
It was so beautiful. And so I'm so grateful for friends who challenge me. And I'm sure you could be challenged by someone you don't know too, like somebody you see on TV or on social media. You can be challenged by them too. But I think the difference is when you're challenged by somebody that you know personally, you know, you're not just seeing the highlight reel of their life. You know them. You know the struggles, you know the ups, the downs, and it just hits different. It really hits different when you're like, wait, I know you, I'm connected to you, and you're living in this abundance, you're living in this purpose, you're living in your full potential. I could do that too. Oh yeah, I could do that too.
Right. It's so exciting to see your friends find success. It's so fun to me. It brings me so much joy. And it does, you're right, it's contagious in that you see them finally hit something that they've been striving for, and you're kind of like, well, then what am I waiting for? Like, okay, you did that? Sick. I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go do this now. Like, wow, what an inspiration. And especially if you've seen them struggle with different things, or they've been there for you while you've struggled, or if they've been there for you while you've had successes. And then you get to cheer them on, and then they get to cheer you on. And much like the gratitude, it's like this wonderful cycle. I love that. That's so fun.
Love seeing friends win. That's a good one.
It's the best.
I would also say too, in that same vein of like love friends who challenge me, anytime I talk to Kathy Heller, I was a guest on her podcast a couple years ago, and had the best conversation with her. Love. And then we just became friends. And I feel like anytime I talk to her, she speaks from such a grounded place. And it reminds me where I talk about like taking inventory of my life. And I'm like, that's right. Being like grounded and centered and calm is possible. Like, I don't have to be frantic. I don't have to be like, oh, so much is going on. But when I'm just having a conversation with her, and she's just coming from this like very grounded place, and I know she meditates all the time, and I know she is her affirmations and manifesting, and like she comes from this place like operating in her power and who she is, and it just challenges me like, oh yeah, calm, relax. Just pause for a second. Take some time to meditate. Take some time to just breathe and focus on your breath and chill and respond from that place to whatever is going on in your life. So I feel like every time I talk to her, and God bless her, she's going through a tough time right now with her dad just passed away, and she has a new book that's coming out, and I pre-ordered it. I cannot wait to read her new book. And so I just watch her, and anytime I even text with her, she challenges me to like center and approach life from this place, from this centered place. So that, as well as that's added to like the way my friends challenge me. I'm grateful for the way my friends challenge me. So that's one of my gratefuls. And then, do you want to do one of your gratefuls?
Sure.
Yeah, do one of yours. And we'll go back and forth.
Oh, okay.
Let's do that.
There was lots of different gratefuls that I was thinking about, trying to figure out what's going to be the right one. And I was kind of waiting for you to go first. And then I was like, oh, just bounce off of whatever she has. But
I am grateful for the way my friends unchallenge me.
I'm grateful for the way that they tear me down. Just kidding. They don't do that. No, you were talking about Andy Grammer music, and it made me think I'm really grateful for art museums.
Oh.
I went to the Getty Museum recently. I love going to art museums. I love looking at art and paintings and sculptures and seeing the different ways that people tell stories. And that was inspiring to me.
Mm-hmm.
That was encouraging to me as somebody who, we work in a creative field,
Mm-hmm.
if you will, even though most of what I do is a lot of Google grids, logistics, but there is a sense of, I do find creativity in that.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing, there was a wonderful sculpture, and I don't remember who it was by. I know it was by a woman, because I was like, women. But it was this sculpture, and it was a garden. It was very simple, but it was these 3 women all sitting around, and it looked like they were gossiping.
Mm-hmm.
And I just saw it, and I just thought, oh, that's me and my friends. Like, oh, that's womanhood right there.
Mm-hmm.
Just these people gathering and just like being human.
Mm-hmm.
Just such a reminder of just what it is to be a person and what it is to be a human being, and the simplicity of life within everything. But then also just being amazed at the talent of other people. I'm constantly fascinated by the gifts and talents that other people have. Yeah. And seeing these different, I did art in high school. I love drawing and painting and being creative, but then I'll see something amazing and I think, I'll sit down. Yeah. You take it from here. You know what? I'll stick with my paint by numbers that I just did and let you guys be in the museum. But it was so, and my favorite part, I'm that person too, that I will stand there and I'll read the plaque and I'll read the backstory. Mm-hmm. And even if it's a piece of art that I've seen 1,000 times, like one of the Monets that I saw, and just the backstory, was it? Now I'm second guessing if it was a Monet. I was about to sound all pretentious.
Listen, I was with you. I was like,
I don't know.
Monet.
I'm pretty sure it was, or was it Van Gogh? No, I'm wrong. It was a Van Gogh. It was the lilacs, the Van Gogh lilacs, and it's this beautiful painting, and everybody was standing in line to take a picture of it. Like it's the thing to see at the Getty. Mm-hmm. My favorite part, though, and I did not know this, that it's flowers from the insane asylum that he was in. Ooh. And he was in this asylum. People, he was put away, and these are the flowers in the garden, and now it's like one of his most famous things. Wow. And I just thought, I was like, oh, this is such a new perspective. I didn't know this about where those came from. Everyone's just like, oh, it's beautiful flowers. And I was like, oh, I feel like it carries so much more meaning now. And if I'm wrong about all of that, ignore it.
Just go with it. Just go with it.
Go with it.
It's a good story.
Not the point of the story. But I just was so grateful for all of that. There's so much beauty in the world because of it, beauty that comes from pain and suffering, which is so interesting to me. Wow. That's one of the things they always say about comedians too, is that all of it comes from tragedy. I used to think I didn't have enough tragedies in my life to be funny enough. But it's, I don't know. I'm grateful for other people's form of expression and the ways other people tell stories. Yeah. It's just fascinating to me.
We went to the Museum of Art in Chicago. Ooh. And it was so cool. And I realized, oh, I don't go to enough museums. Mm-hmm. This is awesome. I was loving it. And it's funny because we would walk into, one gallery and there'd be this like painting and you're like, oh my God, that's so dope. And then you come around the corner and there's like these scribbles.
Modern art, sure.
And I was like, wait a minute. Mm-hmm. This guy can do that and get in the museum? What the heck? Hold on. Yeah. So there was a few like that I was like, is this a joke? Yeah. Are you guys playing a trick on us? And you're like videotaping us looking at this painting like so intently, like, wow, this is just so profound and really is just like scribbles. Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to submit Rosie's artwork whenever she starts doing artwork to the museum ASAP.
See, but that's when I read the backstory, because usually sometimes you can they just straight up tell you what it means.
Okay.
You have the descriptions that basically break down the whole story. They're like, this is actually a representation of the artist's father and how he was abusive, or blah, like, and you're like, whoa. And then sometimes it's just like girl oil.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, beautiful, love it, so cool. So I do, but I know what you mean. Like there are some stuff where I'm like, you know what, I don't think this piece is for me.
Yeah.
This one not connecting with. But then there's others that I can just stare at for hours and just marvel in it. And yeah, but modern art can be tricky.
Yeah. There were a couple paintings that I saw that I was just like staring at all the details, like this tree over here, like this water over here, and just like all the different strokes, and you can see it on the painting. And I was like, isn't it crazy, like however this artist, however long this piece took them to do, that they probably have their own little insecurities of like, this branch didn't come out the way I wanted it to, but it's, you know, whatever. This really, I was kind of hoping the color would be more like this, but okay, whatever. And then here we are 116 years later, marveling at their picture, not even knowing that that leaf is not what they wanted it to be. And then times that by like 1,000, like all the pieces that are in here, all these different artists who like in the moment had their own like, oh man. And then here we are 100 years later, like, whoa.
Yeah.
To me, it was just saying like to forget about the small things because they're not going to matter. They're not going to matter. Just keep it moving. Keep it tracking.
Absolutely.
That was a good one. Well done, Danielle.
Thank you.
All right, my next grateful. Oh, my family reunion.
Oh, yes.
So we just had a family reunion. Huge.
Which I love, and I cannot relate to that at all.
Yeah.
So tell me more.
So our family reunion is biannual. We have it every other year. And it's been happening since the 80s. I think the first reunion was, or maybe even the 70s. Wow. It might have been the 70s because
before you were born.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was started like a few years before I was born.
Cool.
And I was born in 82, everyone. So I have pictures of me at the family reunion as a toddler, like Rosie's age. And all the way up until now, I'm the tia age. I'm the tia. I had that moment. We were talking about it, like me, my sister, and like my other cousins that are like our age. And we're seeing our tias and tios be the older generation now and like limping throughout the park and some in like wheelchairs and some just like moving slower or just not as active, like the tia that used to like do this and that, and now they're a little more, you know, chill.
So like you're the one in charge now,
and we're watching them age, and then I'm like, wait a minute, that means like I'm the tia, like the younger kids are looking at me. Even not the younger kids, but even like the teenagers in the early 20s. Like the early 20 kids are looking at me going like, oh yeah, that's tia. Like that blew my mind being at the family reunion.
Wow.
Like realizing like, oh shoot, I'm tia now. All right, here we go. Like I've been wondering like when do I get to start saying mija and mijo? You know what I mean? Because I feel like you have to be the tia age.
Well, you have a child.
That.
I feel like you can already do that now.
I know, but I've had like age dysmorphia.
Oh. You're like, actually, I'm 17.
So I feel like I'm like, wait a minute, I'm mija. So how can I be calling you mija? Hold on. So I feel like I'm gonna start using mija, mijo like more regularly now because I am embracing the tia age. So to all the mijos out there. Thank you for watching. All the mijas, just, you know, like keep dreaming big because I'm your tia now. And I'm here to support you in whatever way you need support. Okay?
Follow your dreams.
Follow your dreams, says tia. Okay? Listen to your tia.
Yes.
Respect your elders. Okay? Okay.
I'm like, more.
Yeah. So anyways, our family reunion is like 500 deep. A lot of people.
That is, I didn't even graduate high school with that many people.
That's wild. Yeah. So we have a huge family, and the way it works out is my grandma was a sibling of 25. And
that's So cool.
The first batch of kids, I think there's like 11 or 12 in the first batch. And great grandfather Ambrosio Jimenez was married and had like 11 or 12 kids, I think. And then his wife passed away, and then he remarried and then had a bunch more kids. So we have 2 halves of the tree.
Okay.
I'm in the first half. I'm the granddaughter of the first half, right?
The original?
Rachel. Yes, Rachel, my Tia Mary, who I've talked about a lot. She's in the first half. She's my grandma's sister. My Aunt Lucy, Aunt Vera, they're all on this first half, and they're the older generation. So, like, Tia Mary was the youngest, and she passed away at 102.
Wow.
So everybody else is, like, way older. Now, the second half of the tree, they're so much younger. Like, the youngest sibling, I feel like, is maybe in her 50s.
Oh.
Like, they're super young.
But they were related. They were siblings to Tia Mary.
That's my Tia Mary's half-sister. And she's, like, 50.
Interesting. So nobody from Tia Mary's generation is left?
No, she was the last one. And she just passed away 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
So she was the last one of that first half.
Wow.
And we keep it going. And I'm so grateful for this family reunion because I am, like, well aware that it's a blessing and not everybody gets to have a family reunion and have this big of a family and to keep it going after all these years.
Incredible.
Blows my mind. And I'm so grateful for all of the tias and tios and all the cousins who continue to work hard to make sure that we have a reunion. They do all the planning. They buy all the food. They volunteer to cook throughout the day. Like, so much planning goes into it. We have our own phone book. It's a full-on, like, it's a book like this, and it goes through each child, right? So my grandma, and it shows my grandma had 8 kids herself.
Wow.
So it has all her kids' names and then their birthdays,
So
and
like
then
giant family tree book.
Yes. And then you go down to their names. So it'll be like my grandma had Susie, and then you go to find Susie, and Susie had Veronica, Angela, Kenny, and Mitchell. And then you go through us, and then it's Veronica had Austin, Angela had Rosie.
You?
Yeah, so now I added to the book because I had a little me.
Oh my goodness, I love that.
So it's like a book.
Wow.
Of our whole family, everybody's birthdays, death dates, where they live, like their new address, like where it's people's phone numbers. It's like a family book, and a lot of times like. I'll be like, when did so-and-so pass away? And be, I don't know, look at the book. And then you look and like, they passed away. And
who is the keeper of the book?
So it goes to different family members, different responsibilities. I think our cousin Orlando is the one who is responsible for the book. But then my other cousin came up to us and was like, hey, you didn't update with Rosie's birthday or whatever. So maybe she's now in charge of the book. I don't know. But it gets different somebody holds on to the responsibility for like a chunk of years.
Yeah.
And then they hand it down like, okay, now this person is responsible for the book.
Wow. That's a literal history book.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, I'm so grateful to have that. And I'm so grateful for everybody who worked really hard to make sure that we had another especially because after COVID we didn't have a reunion for a couple times. I think it's been 4 years since our last reunion, and we're like, I wonder if we're gonna do it again, or is this where it ends? Like, does it just die off here? And then thank God it didn't, and we had another one. And of course the heat, it was like 100-something degrees. It was like trying to ruin our day, but we didn't. It was good. We had a good time.
This just proves to me too, because early on when I started with you, every city, you're like, oh, my cousin. I was like, oh, your cousin. No, they really are all your cousins. Like every city we go to, you're like, oh, my cousin. And I'm like, I have 4 cousins. 5? I can count on one hand how many cousins I have.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And that's funny too, because I used to think like, oh, I have a big family.
You did? You thought that?
I did.
What made you think that?
Because I had siblings. I grew up.
Did you know anybody who had family?
Yeah, but I had friends who maybe had like one sibling. Like, it was a big deal that I had 2 siblings, and everybody. I was very much in the neighborhood of the 2.5 kids
Yeah.
variety. So it was a
That's
big deal that I
interesting.
had 2 siblings.
And see, that's the thing too that kind of makes me sad. Like I grew up with so many cousins and so fun. And Rosie doesn't have any siblings. You know what I mean? Like she's not gonna have the same
Well, she's brand new.
family.
Give it time.
Listen, I don't have that much time, girl. But even like my sister, she only had one kid.
Yeah.
They're in your boat. And they only got one
Yeah.
cousin.
No, wait, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 first cousins.
I mean, when we talk about second cousins and start bringing those
Sure.
in, then sure, they're
Yeah.
rich with cousins.
Yeah.
And then also like all of our best friends, they're just cousins, aunts and uncles. So like for the longest, like Rosie's not gonna know who's really
for sure.
her aunt and who's really just my
I'm
friend.
Auntie Dan to thousands of children. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. And Uncle Dan
Uncle Dan to one. Oh, and he said it with such a straight face. I just said, yes, I am Uncle Dan. Nice to meet you. Good to see you.
That's good.
Yes, a friend's baby called me Uncle Dan, and
I think he was confused by the name Dan.
probably because Jessie is Jessie. She kept calling me Dan or Danny or no one ever would call rarely do I get the full name. My name is so nicknameable.
Yeah.
So I get so many.
I just call you Danielle. I
You
do your
do.
full name.
You use my
I
full name.
use your government name for sure.
Technically, it's not.
Oh, right. Joy.
Legally, it's my middle name, but it is a very nicknameable name. So
Yeah.
that's why it often gets shortened, and then I become Uncle Dan.
That's funny. What?
Yeah.
Give me another grateful for you.
Well, you said family, so I'm just gonna bounce off
There
of
you
that.
go.
I know I feel like I've already done this gratitude where my dad was in town, but I had family in town, and it was just fun to spend
I was
time with
grateful
them.
for your family in town. Like,
Were you?
I was. That's why I kept like checking in, and I
You
text you like
would.
3 times.
You
Like,
did.
are you having the best time?
Yes, you did.
Because I love family time. I
so
love it,
amazing.
and I love that you got to host all your family
gosh.
in your apartment at one time. Like, what a rare thing that your
So
mom, your
rare.
dad, your sister, your brother, his wife, and you guys are all squished in a tiny apartment.
are.
And that's like the best part. Like when you're
So
squished
fun.
in, like, oh, somebody's on an air mattress, somebody's on the
Yep.
couch, somebody, like that's the best. It's like slumber party vibes.
Yeah, it was super fun. They were eating all my food and taking up all the space, and I loved it. I learned to let go of something. It was also a learning experience. Not everything has to be put back in the place that I specifically designed it for. Don't need to put the cups with the cups. Put it on the shelf with the bowl, because that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it was my parents doing my dishes for me, so it was like give and take. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Pick and choose your
was-
battles, girl.
Exactly. Pick and choose for sure. So super fun. I mean, you and I both, we live far away from family. So any chance to spend time with them. And it was so funny too, because as soon as my dad left, like as soon as they all left, my dad was like, so do you think maybe you'll have time this summer to come to Texas? And I was like, this was my time. You came here. What do you mean? I said, I don't know. We're going to be in Huntsville, Alabama. That's kind of close-ish.
Yeah.
No, it's not. But they're immediately like looking up tour dates.
Aw,
And
fun.
they always come whenever it's close.
That's
So
fun.
They're ready for you to return to Texas.
Oh my gosh, when we do the bus tour, depending how many empty bunks we have, Coach Roach has to come on the bus. Like, we have to have a good Coach Roach run.
Hopefully the bunk he's tall.
Oh my God, he's not going to fit.
What
It just hit me. He's not going to fit.
what is the size of those bunks? Because does Manny fit in one of those bunks?
Yeah, but your dad's way bigger than Manny.
Yeah.
Manny loves the bunks.
Yeah. Oh, I'm scared.
Oh, it's going to be so fun.
I was so sick that
Oh my
last
God,
time.
Coach Roach on the bus. That's going to be fun. We just got to
And
figure
he'll
out
clean it for us.
extensions. Do you have a bunk extension?
Extender?
Yeah.
Bunk extender? Do they have that? That would be nice.
I don't think they do.
No.
It's full on walls.
It's like you're in a coffin is what it is.
Yeah. It is. And you get the
Crypt
best
keeper.
sleep of your life. Once you adjust. You never adjusted? You didn't get the best sleep?
I think I adjusted like the last 2 days.
There you go. You adjusted.
I did. I know. I felt so lazy on that bus too because I wouldn't be able to fall asleep until we reached that Walmart parking lot at 4 a.m.
Oh man.
And then everyone's waking up, and I'm like, I'm so exhausted. I need
you
to
poor
sleep
thing.
until noon.
We gotta figure
But
that one out.
I had the C bands. I had the melatonin. I had the binaural beats.
Oh, that was binaural beats helped me.
I had all of the. It just took a while. So if we're on it
Mm-hmm.
for longer than 3 weeks, then I think maybe I will adapt.
Yeah.
Quicker. But it was.
I'm excited. We're doing a bus tour, you guys.
We're doing a bus tour.
Coming
I'm
up.
excited too.
It'll be good.
And nervous, but excited. Thrilled.
Back to family time.
Yeah.
I know it started with my family time, went to your family time, but I'm bringing it back to my family time one more time.
We love family.
This past weekend when I was home, so we got a hotel. We stay at the same hotel every time we go back to San Jose.
Mm-hmm.
And I got an adjoining room. I'm grateful for adjoining rooms because I had my sister and my nephew stay in the room next to us.
So fun.
So we got to do like slumber party vibes with
I
Rosie.
love slumber parties.
So like we wake up earlier than they do because Rosie is our alarm clock. And then we would just walk right next door and we'd wake up my sister and Austin. And then I'd throw Rosie in the bed with them. And like it was so fun for my sister to be able to experience like that kind of time with Rosie because again we live so far away. Like I got to experience that time with Austin a lot. Like I lived far away in LA and San Jose, but it was like an hour flight, so I was coming home all the time. And then I would just like sleep in my sister's bed with her, and then Austin would be right in the middle of us and we'd be like cuddling and you know, and we still kind of do that actually, to be honest. But like growing up like in this like young phase, so I was really happy that my sister got to experience that kind of time with Rosie, and then like feeding her, and I was like giving my sister like all the responsibilities, like one like, oh yay, I can like get a break, but then at the same time I want my sister to be able to be like, oh yeah, let me change your diaper and like have those kinds of moments with Rosie. So it was nice to have that, and so I'm grateful for adjoining rooms.
I love that.
Let's just wrap it up with one last grateful. And I have a few written down here, but I'm going to say I am grateful for my brother, Mitchell, a.k.a. Sonny, a.k.a. Matchell, a.k.a. Posse B. These are all the names we've had over the years. I am grateful for my brother, who is Rosie's Nino, her godfather, because he is so good at being Nino. He comes over all the time, spends time with her, and plays with her until he's like sweaty and tired. And he's like, I need a glass of water. Like like he like goes hard and is like right there with her, like running through the house with her, playing airplane with her. Like he is such a good Nino. And like typically when you have like Godfather and Ninos and Ninas, they're like the special auntie and special uncle that will like get you a special birthday gift or whatever. But I'm like, listen, we don't need gifts. We don't need any of that. We don't even want to emphasize gifts for like birthdays and Christmas and things like that. We don't even want to like emphasize that part of holidays. What was important to us was quality time.
Absolutely.
And memories and spending that time. And my brother has been the perfect godfather for Rosie, exactly what she needs, which is time and memories and play with me. And so I'm so grateful for my brother.
I love that. My family, we've gotten away from gifts as well. We'll still do, my mom, she's a gift giver. She loves to do that.
Yeah.
But our biggest thing is, my dad's like, we'll pay for experiences.
Yeah.
I want to have memories. I want to create memories, experiences. And then maybe I'll also give you a new toaster oven. It just depends on how I'm feeling that day. But I love that. That's so special. Yeah. I love that for her.
Yeah, me too. So it's hard when we go to Nashville and he's here in LA, then it's just like FaceTimes and stuff, but he's still good about FaceTiming and things like that. But I'm very grateful for my brother. But those are some gratefuls for this week. Those are some good ones.
Good.
Those are good ones, you guys.
Really good.
Let's listen to some gratefuls from listeners, you guys. We have a phone number. If you want to call and tell us what you're grateful for, please do. Yes. Danielle, why don't you tell everybody the phone number? Because, I always forget it.
And I definitely have it pulled up already. Right here.
We both kind of forgot it.
The phone number is 747-300-5380. And don't forget to tell us who you are.
Yes.
We've gotten amazing voicemails from people.
Yeah.
But who are they? We don't know.
Also, if you want to hear your grateful played, possibly, on the podcast, keep it a little bit shorter. We've gotten a few that are good time runners. They're good, telling us lots of good backstory to their grateful, which we appreciate, and we listen to them. We're like, yeah, this is great. But what we want you to do is just like condense it a little bit so that way we can play it for everybody to hear. Yeah. So let's play a couple of gratitudes from people.
Yes.
Anjelah, my name is Dottie. And I wanted to tell you a story, so I hope it makes it. I'm a flight attendant, and I experienced the same kind of baby situation that you did, except this lady rang her call button, and she wanted me to do something about it. Not sure what she expected.
What? Yeah.
But I look at the mom and baby sitting behind her, and I say to the woman that it looks like mom and baby are doing the best they can.
Yeah.
I remind her that it's public transportation and she might want to consider chartering a private aircraft in the future.
Thank you, Dottie.
So that's my story on that. And I'm grateful for you because you make me laugh always. Thanks,
you.
Anjelah.
Thank you, Dottie. I am grateful for you. That's what we need. Flight attendants who stick up for us, moms on the plane, doing the best we can. We're doing our best, everyone. Yeah. That is wild to me. Can you do something about this? Bing. Yeah. Can you do something about this? What would you like me to do?
Seriously.
Are you kidding me?
You're on a plane and babies are fussy. And
it's just sometimes, guess life. What? Your flight's not going to be a great one this time. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Get you some noise canceling headphones and take a nap.
Don't get me started because again, this was almost my attitude earlier and I took a left turn, so I'm going to leave it there. Thank you, Dottie, for sticking up for the moms on the planes trying to do the best they can, or even the dads on the planes trying to do the best they can. Just thank you for sticking up for us with children trying to do the best we can.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
And
Dottie.
Maybe you'll be on our flight one day.
Yeah. What airline? Tell us, Dottie. Where do we find you? Did she say she used to be a flight attendant? So maybe she retired. Or is she a flight attendant? I don't remember.
I'm a flight attendant.
Okay. Okay, Dottie. Well, message us and let us know what airline so we can try to find you.
We'll look out for you in the skies.
Yeah. Hopefully you're on the winningest airline, Delta.
Oh.
I hope that. Or Southwest.
Southwest.
Let's play one more. Play another one.
Okay. I'm really excited for this one.
Okay.
And I hope it plays correctly.
Hi, I'm Jonas, and I am 10 years old, and 3 things that I'm grateful for is that I have parents that love me, and that I have shelter over my head, and that I have food to eat.
Yeah. Bye.
Wait, did it? Well, it didn't play the end. It didn't play the bye part.
Oh, he says bye?
He says bye.
Oh, I thought he just hung up.
No, he says bye, but my computer...
Technology is...
It's not my
skill
set.
Jonas, thanks for listening, bud. You do have parents who love you and a roof over your head. And what was it? Food to eat?
Food to eat, shelter, family.
Jonas,
which is honestly all you need.
That really is. It's all you need.
Oh,
family,
so
food,
yummy.
Roof over your head, just your loved ones. It's a good time. It's a good time, Jonas. Stay home.
So sweet. Stay home. And listen to this episode of Funjelah.
Yes. You guys, this has been fun. Well done, us. Well done. Where am I going to next, Danielle?
Absolute.
Where are my next shows?
So we're coming up on August shows.
Okay.
And you're first stopping in Ontario at the Ontario Improv, but it's sold out.
Sold out. Ontario.
Bam, bam. And then you go to Salt Lake City, but guess what? Sold out.
Sold out.
But if you're in Louisville, Kentucky, or Huntsville, Alabama, we still got some tickets for you.
Okay.
Get on it.
Louisville, get on it. Huntsville, get on it.
Mm-hmm.
Come see me at a show. Tickets sell fast, so
yeah, get
yours before it's sold out.
Yes.
Come and see me as I write my new hour. I am finishing my new hour. I'm very excited about it. So come check it out in an intimate comedy club space
with air conditioning.
With
it's still summer,
air condition,
and we're in the South.
Yes, so definitely come hang out with us at the comedy club. It's gonna be a good time.
Yes.
Yes, this has been amazing. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of Funjelah. Call us, leave us a message, tell us what you are grateful for. Come and see me on the road. You can get all of my tickets on my website, anjelah.com, ANJELAH.com. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can watch all of these episodes there on YouTube. The podcast premieres on YouTube first before it premieres anywhere else. So you can watch us on YouTube. Join me in the live chat for the premiere of each episode. You can follow me on Instagram, TikTok. What else? What else is there? Facebook,
all of them.
All the things. Come follow me. Come hang out. Let's chat. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching.
But also, you can leave a review.
Yes,
on iTunes,
that's right.
Spotify. If you listen, if you are audio only.
If you've enjoyed this podcast, leave me a review, please. Go to Apple Podcasts. Go to anywhere where you can leave a review. I'm pretty sure it's just Apple Podcasts. I don't know where else you can leave a review.
I think also Spotify.
Either way, find me where you can leave a review and leave me a good review. Go tell everybody why they should also come and join you in listening to this podcast. Leave me lots of stars. Leave me all the good stuff. And just let everybody know that you're enjoying it. And if you're not enjoying this podcast, then I am sorry. And I wish you the best. And I hope you have fun finding gratitude somewhere else. Okay. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.